who talk about transparency and accountability and integrity and all these things need to be mindful that there are those who knew us when we were wearing a different skin, so to speak, and we did not shed that skin, and and therefore people take the position that you have not repented, and so I don't care. In Jamaica, the expression is "me no care where you want say," right? Which is not the position we'd like people to take necessarily, but people have their reasons. So those of us who put ourselves up as men and women of integrity, we we have to ensure that we are above scrutiny, because that doesn't help. If people who are championing anti-corruption and integrity and truth and all of that, if they themselves have not been, to borrow some church terms, saved and sanctified, then they lack moral authority going forward. Are you there?
Hello, Brother Durban.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Understood what you're saying as far as, but these are the individuals in these positions right now, suppose. But like you said, they, have their Achilles heel also. But Nicolas Sarkozy, ex-French president, 1 year in jail for campaign contribution, mix, mix up, as we would say.
Yes.
Park, down in South Korea, ex-president, she was the one, 24 years, increase to 25 years for her corruption. You know, I bring these people up to say these are powerful, used to be powerful individuals in very large democracy. And their system, their judicial system, whoever was able to bring them to the point of accounting and putting them in jail, we won't, I don't want to say we won't ever, but our society is engineered to prevent exactly that. Too much entanglement, too many, the association, large brother, large sister, whatever. These people know they will not be punished. It's almost guaranteed that they will not be. So what is there to deter them, sir?
The advocacy and the agitation of the masses. But if the masses don't care enough or are not aware enough or couldn't care less, then, as they say on the streets in Jamaica, anything or anything.
Yeah, but they're prisoners of the same. You can't get anything done, you know. I remember once, I went to the tax office and I'm standing there. I had you need a replacement TRS standing there. And the young man, I'm waiting, well, more or less, there wasn't much of a line, but we knew who was where and what, so and so. And he kept looking at everybody else except me. And even the old man that he called in front of me, the old man looked at me and he didn't say anything. He'd go ahead and partner have his head down. And I say, you know what, all right. I take out my phone, call my brother, Frederick. It's him run the place. The big man there, as people that say. And he came out, hey, what happened, man? What happened? There. And I told him what was happening. He called someone and she assisted me. Because that young lady, but I just use that as an example. No, a lot of times if you paying somebody or push, it's like the system set up for you to say, I'm not bother with it. If you don't know somebody, you're going to pay somebody to borrow. And if the people at the regular level, people say don't because you're supporting corruption. But it's like the system is built like that.
It does. There are people within these organizations who deliberately engineer a culture of inexactitude, a culture of 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 just not paying attention to the needs of the people, but to create a situation where the lines get longer. So we
Uh-huh.
employ all kinds of tactics. So you are so disgusted at that scenario that you are prepared to do whatever it takes, including I've seen a lot of palms being greased in public. And
Mhm.
we talked about it on radio the other day. And it's these people don't necessarily see it as being corrupt. They see it as offering a tip to a member of staff who
It-
helped them. One moment, please.
It's links. Yeah.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30. Save big this Christmas as you shop for yourself, family, and friends at J.N. Patel and Company. Get a wide range of household and haberdashery items, a large selection of beautiful spreads, sheet sets, window, kitchen, and shower curtains, bathroom sets, area rugs, and much more. Don't miss this great opportunity for savings. J.N. Patel, 98 Orange Street, Kingston, and Patel Bargain Center, 44 Main Street, Macon, Clarendon. Telephone 922-2959.
Hello, boys and girls. The Gleaners Children's Zone is back in schools. Get your weekly Smart Start for all ages. FLS grades 4 to 6, plus and numeracy for grades 1 to 4. Parents, ignite your child's mind. Education and inspiration in every publication. The Gleaners Children's Zone, supporting you for more than 70 years. For more information, call us at 876-932-6188 or 876-932-6288 or contact your school.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 28. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5 heures moins 28. Tien sai, TDN le, Wu Dien Cha Ar Shur Ba Fen. 28 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here in the corporate area, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. Good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. So palm greasing, thanks for holding. Palm greasing is very
Yes,
common
sir.
in Jamaica because we believe in Jamaica
Sure.
that encouragement sweetens labor. So we don't necessarily see it
Well,
as a bribe, but this particular
yes.
waiter, waitress, customer service representative was very kind, was very good, was very efficient, and this is our way of saying thanks. So they don't see
That
it. We
is
don't see it as
different.
a bribe. We
Yes.
see it because that's a part of our culture. You leave something, leave something with the man, cause yeah man, I am help me, I'm carry over the thing and everything all right. No.
Yes. It's like I was telling you, like in this particular situation, even the old man seeing what's going on, because I don't say anything to my friend, because I'm just to him, I just come. Because that is what a lot of people who are connected do. Them just go on them, call them big friend and this and that, and them. But true, they will, respect it, no matter
As
who
you said,
waiting or
going to
whatever.
the break
But
links.
yes, exactly. But like the old man, the same little old man observing everything was going on, said to the guy, hey, you see it? You see it? You don't know who is who, mind your job. That kind of thing. Because he saw exactly how the whole thing was. But unfortunately, it is just, like you say, we expect it as a
And so
it's like
that
it's
little
almost
thing,
like expected.
that little thing then graduates. It becomes a big thing because we become
Yes.
accustomed to doing that until the lines are so blurred that they are now non-existent, and then we start to ramp it up. We start to do other things, especially when we find that we're able to get away with it, and before you know it, we have a scandal here, we have fraud there, we have mismanagement here, etc.
And that's the same kind of erosion goes into even other things because if you had mentioned it, you listen to them. You can remember you were talking about some of the lyrics and stuff that's going on out there. because people get so used to it where murder, hitman, all them things, they become a work.
That's right.
It's like, we just start to, it's like in our heart, we just accept, so, and that is where how can we do better than it's something I've looked into. Otherwise, it's not, as you said, not just in Jamaica, all India and them places, them have them big population. Oh, man.
Oh, Lord.
It's an industry in itself,
Mhm.
So,
So back to the point of what do we do? How do we beat the or get around or otherwise circumvent? Well, I don't know if we want to circumvent it. We want to change it.
yeah.
They
At the higher levels where it's affecting our nation, Brother Durban, I think the judicial system have to really sharpen up whatever tools, investigating bodies, whatever, which I hope that is what I see happening now, but and not, it won't just blow over, as the new year comes in. They have to really step it up because this thing is the bleeding that is causing us
yes.
in these uncertain times, And when I hear about education, the other day, Heart Trust, that's a training program, right?
Yes,
From
Heart.
Woodward,
It's now
they didn't
Heart
even-
NSTA.
they-
Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, NSTA, right? Training program. They
Yes.
were unable to give people, and I don't even know yet, certificates, because they weren't printing any, they couldn't print any. But
Why?
people were completing programs and not getting, the actual certificate. Stuff like that. And then you hear, and what the person did in education, naming his organization after the similar organization within the Ministry of Education. Man. And then they investigate. It was obvious these people were. And
We're up
look
to
at
their
the
own.
education
We're
now.
using public office for private gain, which is corruption.
And how you sit down and do that, and kids, so many right now. That is when it's a whole generation of our students, up there at UME talking about food insecurity, all kind of things, kids, etc. Well, they're private, but public schools, materials that they don't have, and these people sit down and them have and it's like they're cursed with this sin. Can't be satisfied. It's a curse, Brother Durban, when your belly can't full.
True.
It's one of the worst curses.
Or Bob Marley, to spin Bob Marley a bit. Them belly full, but them hungry.
And they can't, believe me, these people, no matter, and they will steal, and as you can see, will steal from, and just to live big life, And if you ever know all these perpetrators, in the case of border education, you can't go to school, parents can't afford it. Not that, because I don't really push it, but who's in need should get assistance and stuff like that.
True.
Because I never pay for the primary school or high school, In my,
Yes.
people say, oh, a long time that, and maybe but at the same time it was top of the line education, Brother Durban. Yes,
True.
things change, but for the amount of money that come into Jamaica in grants that we have from our revenue and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, Jamaica should not be. Somebody was telling me about some big open pit they have somewhere down in Kingston, downtown right now, people jumping over sewage. I don't remember which.
Yeah,
street
we've
then, but
always
I
had
mean,
a sewage problem in the heart of the city, downtown Kingston.
yes, my brother, things like that, and Brother Durban, yes, sound ancient, but man, it was such a, and it's not people say, why I think here, but that should change for the better.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially Kings of prime real estate down there, like on Harbour Street and them places, man. They were like, I heard Brother Herb talking to somebody the other day, and archaeologist
Yes.
lady. You might have even interacted with her.
I know her.
And-
I know her, and I've heard a couple of those conversations with Dr. Gale. Yes.
Yeah,
go ahead.
man, that Kingston is a walking city. But believe me, brother, we used to walk it. because we save our money for going skate land and them places. So we want orange can jump on the back of the bus. But I ain't gonna tell anybody that, yeah. But it was a beauty, and it should continue to be. We want to attract people, but and these people are just raping us. It's not necessarily digressing, but they're just raping us and raping us and raping us.
Yes.
And
It's a term I try to
yes,
stay away from because every time that term comes up, I can imagine a female listening to us and hearing that term.
but it happened to me also, you know, brother.
I
It
know,
happened to
I
me
know.
also.
Yeah, both
Yeah,
sides,
man.
yes, male and female. But
Oh, I understand. I understand
yes,
your insight. Yeah, it's
yeah.
my sensitivity. Okay, I understand exactly
Mm.
where you're coming from with that.
But
But
the
brother
point
Durban,
is quite potent.
yes,
It's a
because that is why I can't be too delicate about it because
yeah.
it is and even like even one of them we're all in this thing together, OGs or somebody like that. I said, but because you live on the hill and we're down here on the ground, all the things going on affecting me will indirectly affect. And I don't know what's wrong with this. Is our whole country suffering? The perpetrators, and because they can get away, and that's it, Brother Durban. We have all these learned judges and etc. and etc. etc. And them know the thief them. They know them.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that they know people as that.
Brother
Remember, we still.
Durban,
No, I understand your
you know how
frustration and your
Jamaica
disgust.
yeah,
I understand.
you
But
know, but
we still are a country of laws.
yes, and that is what they're hiding behind. That is what they're hiding behind. So we have to, that's what we need, some way of
I don't know
testing
about
them because
hiding behind. Remember, we have to be careful because there, but for the grace of God go I, as the saying goes. You wouldn't want a situation where people can just pick you up and just lock you down and keep you indefinitely, or not allowing you the courtesies of the system that the system allows, the basic needs. So we should never or try not to. I know it's very frustrating for some of us. As I said, I say to people all the time, I spend a lot of time going through the archives. I like to see what happened last year, what happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago, to gauge where we are now and whether we have made any significant strides. And it's very painful, uh, more often than not, when we go through the archives to see that we still are where we were 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
and
30
that
years
is the
ago.
aspect of it that hurts the most, Brother Durban, how they're impeding our progress as a nation. Jamaica is not supposed to be where it is right now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
On life support. And
Yes.
a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm being too dramatic," but no, we're nowhere near what any Jamaican with eyes that look and see realize we're so blessed. Even the soil, our food, superior, etc. God just bless we. And when I break it down to Jamaica, there's no joke, Brother Durban.
Yeah, it's like
I
a
think
promising child who keeps promising. This is a promising
we're
child. You see the talent. You know that this child is capable. You have seen and heard and experienced enough. But for some
and the
reason,
child just can't get the chance.
right.
Just can't get the chance.
But the
Just
key
can't
thing
get the
is
chance. And the caretakers thereof insist on abusing the child and doing everything else, rather than just letting the child develop. All of us.
and that has
Yeah,
been
all of
the
us.
case, literally and figuratively. Children who reach out to certain adults in certain sensitive positions for help, and those same adults turn around and abuse the children. So the analogy is quite palpable with respect to our country. Those who
Yes,
put
sir.
themselves up and come forward and say, I am the deliverer, I am the this, I am here to serve the people. And then when you find out, they're really serving themselves.
Tell your brother Durban, I knew all the shortcuts, I never know nothing about it. I mean, granted, people will say that all the time, but why should that change? I never know anything about border like my countryman come out. All me do is
And who
walk around
can
with my
cross
eye
this
wide
border
open.
and who can come
Yes,
over here, and as if yeah, I mean, that kind of thing is really upsetting.
I didn't know that kind of thing, you know. And you know, we should, as a country that evolve, it's like, even, you know, me out here on the road, it's like every time I go, like Bronx now, you know, Dale and all them man up on Bronx.
Dale
Bronx
Getfield,
furniture,
yes. One
Dale and them
moment.
man.
One moment. We need
Yeah,
to take
man.
a break.
Yes,
One
sir.
moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45.
Stakeholders, items exported temporarily for repairs or for commercial use must first be registered with the Jamaica Customs Agency using an electronic customs declaration EX2 completed by a customs approved agent. Re-imported items which are upgraded, altered, or replaced may attract a customs duty. For customs related matters, you may email public.relations@jca.gov.jm or telephone 876-922-514028. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Power Talk on Power 106 FM, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk, taking talk radio to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale on Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for innovative features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's the powerful pair, Dr. Herbert Gale and Simon Croskill on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. weekdays, right here on Power 106 FM.
Let's go, studio. ¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 14. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5 heures moins 13. Time just changed. Hiện tại, thời gian là 5 điểm cha shi san fen. First, it was 14 minutes to, it's now 13 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at, at home in the corporate area, St. Andrew to be precise. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned into both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Let's continue with this very stimulating discussion we've been having with Driver in America. Thank you for holding. Please continue.
Yes, brother Driver. Yeah, man. Uptown Bronx, you know, when we, you know, Dale, Mona Lee, who you interviewed, and all them foundation people there at Link Up Radio
Yes.
that invested in the Bronx. When we got up to Bronx, you know, it's like they call it the white flight, because all the white people run out. Or, you know, the blacks are coming and this and that and stuff. And it's our housekeepers, nurses, mechanic, all them Jamaicans that went uptown, because that's White Plains Road, you know, King Street, I'm calling it.
White
I'm
Plains
gonna
Road,
continue,
yes.
but yeah, that's right, way back, yeah, man. But, you know, all of them, we went up, bought a little place, invest, deal, Mona, all them also invest. Now you go uptown, Bronx, the place. I don't know if you've been up there recently. Is that
No,
different?
all things being well, I should have more than enough time to check in with
I
those
pray, man.
Jamaicans. Come next
The
week.
only thing that
yes.
keeps us from being gentrified, Brother Durban, is that our people bought their houses. So it's like nobody can move in. You know, no, like,
Right.
you know,
Yes.
all them people that migrated here after the 1965 Immigration Act, bought up all of them real estate and stuff, and kudos to them. And that is what I'm saying about Jamaica. We shouldn't be going backward. We should be going forward, like all them real estate down on the waterfront and stuff there, man. It shouldn't be like this. And I don't know who's gonna benefit from it. Just going down,
Well,
down.
in I have to say, encouragingly so, that downtown is actually not going down. It is coming up. There
I
are
pray, sir. I
developments No, there.
Because I heard about some investors that pulled out of some major project that was to take place down there, and people speaking about like the 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 infrastructure, the sewage and the sewage pipes and etc. needed to be replaced. They're like from pre-colonial, way back times and stuff. It's like the whole, and the money that is being stolen, that is what needs to be invested in this, Brother Durban. You know what I mean? And all these garrisons and all this stuff. Not in this time. We don't need that, man. You know what I mean? We need to develop our country. So, in short, whoever, in concluding rather, I'll say, who the powers, if anybody really cares, the wherewithal is there, Brother Durban, and we're not a stupid people.
No.
The wherewithal is there. It's just there. We just need to do it.
That's it. Just
and
do it.
clean up the mess.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Borrow that from Nike. We
Yes.
just need to do it because we know.
And you know
And
what
if
Nike means, right?
I know it's a goddess of, some Greek.
No.
Please tell us.
It
because
means
Brother
victory. The
Durban,
word Nike means victory.
victory.
Yeah.
And that is what is to be ours if we apply it. Because Brother Durban, we're nowhere near what we could be. And honestly, it is an oppression going on. They're taking their money and they're sending it out and they're sucking the blood out of the nation. But what is there in that individual gain? How beautiful it would be if you could just come out the house right now, like me as a youth, and just walk around, go for a walk, take your family out for an evening walk in the city, stuff like instead of
Well, for what it's worth, I see CNN reporting on the illegal Christmas parties held by members of Boris Johnson's government. And it was yesterday morning, Jamaica time, about 7 o'clock our time, midday UK time. They were grilling Boris Johnson in the house, and he was so matter of fact about it. They have palpable evidence that these members of the British government were engaging in illegal Christmas parties, and Boris Johnson has denied it and still denying it. And even yesterday when he was questioned, he was denying and denying and denying. And there's a tape of them actually preparing how to deal with if they're asked questions about the parties. So like a training session to practice how to respond. It's a serious issue, but nobody has lost his or her job coming out of this. But here in Jamaica, we had a situation where a government minister and others who are officials in their own right engaged in a party, and little Jamaica decided that no, that is totally unacceptable, and they have had a minister has resigned as a result of that, and others have stepped back from their positions. But the Great Britain is going in the opposite direction. I'm just saying, yes, we know we have a far way to go, but there are some little things that we have managed to do, and some steps that we have taken, albeit in a lot of instances baby steps. But if we could only build on those, then we would be in a much better position. So I just thought that because it popped up on the screen a while ago, I thought I'd reference that nobody has lost any job in that situation. But in Jamaica, we took steps as a country based on outcry and the social media, the viral video on social media. A minister lost his job, and other officials who were at that party had to step back from their positions. So we've been making steps. Some might argue these are baby steps, but there was a time when politicians, ministers, prime ministers were almost above scrutiny. You wouldn't ask them certain things or question certain things. You would just accept it. we're living at a time now where more of our people are enlightened, are sufficiently aware of what should happen, what should not happen, what we should allow, what we shouldn't allow, and are getting more vocal and more aggressive in ensuring that these so-called little things don't end up growing into big things that negatively impact the country.
Stop it, Brother Durban. And like you said, if we can develop that, if we can develop the momentum there
Right.
and keep it going and start demanding, first of all, develop a confidence in ourselves that we can do it. And that is why I more or less brought up the whole thing with Marcus Garvey, because if we don't have that, we're twice defeated, as he said. And we have been in that position for a long time. We need to change it because Jamaica, this is a new year coming and we can't just go on unless it's so. We need to become, to actualize, to be the Jamaica that we could be.
That's right. Another word for it in Jamaican terms is smaditization.
Indeed. On the individual level and on the national level.
There you
Oh,
go.
brother, we pray. I just know that it is our destiny and I can't wait, I just hope that I live to see it. But Jamaican people at home and abroad, let's put these people's foot to the fire. And that, I think, as Brother Durban, as you're saying, accountability, that is what we need to more or less stress.
Amen.
One love here, sir.
Thank you. It's always a
And
pleasure.
Jesus greeting.
To you too, and
Always,
yours.
man.
And be safe on the roads.
keep-
You haven't started experiencing any ice on the road yet?
No, I'm coming up from down in the south here, but
Oh.
that but not, because you were up there and I was down here, so
Yes.
heading up that way now. So it has been good. It has been good on this side, but once I go up there, I'm gonna head out west to Oregon and Montana and all of them. So just gonna change up some tires and get ready for that.
Well, you continue to be safe. Blessings to you as you traverse the vast United States of America.
Tell you, God willing, man, sometimes someone touch down on the ground there. Just that the Christmas never look too hot with all that. Even though, I'm glad I thank you, Prime Minister, for easing up the pressure a little bit in terms of the curfew, them and stuff like that. But, I'm just going to let that pass and then come in afterwards when things quiet down a little bit. By God's good grace. Let's up here, son. Jamaica, one love.
One love to you too. Take care, driver in America. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Thursday, the 9th of December, 2021. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible.
Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's news at 5.